Welcome to the show, everybody. This is episode 8 of the EOSHL podcast. Our guest today comes from the Glengarry Pipers. He's the EOSHL's all-time penalty minutes leader with 233 over 3 seasons. Please welcome from the Glengarry Pipers, Captain Miguel Poissant. Bienvenue.
What's up, guys? Oh, I'm not proud of those stats, though.
Hey, like you said in that post, he's like, whenever you go to the box, you're always bringing
Oh
somebody
yeah,
with you.
oh for sure, for sure. I'm a nasty motherfucker, but when I go there, I'm going with someone.
Hey, it's funny because I remember seeing a game. It was actually in Frontenac. Actually, you ended up dropping the gloves with Stefan Weiss, I think it was.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think he plays for you guys now. I remember it was actually like a fairly good tilt. I was like, oh,
yeah. I saw,
he
I
might be
saw,
in
I
trouble.
saw it in the
Yeah,
camp. I was like, oh my god, okay.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's when it's off ice, man. I'm such a sucker and fucker on the ice. But when the game is finished, it's finished. Like I mean, I hate people so much. Like you talk about uh Winsink that he's not playing anymore. Like on the ice, I hate it so much. He hate me so much as well. It's a good like we hate each other a lot, but at the end, I'm sure he's an awesome guy on the ice. Like I'm pretty sure. Same fucking thing with Ryan Sullivan. Got into a scrum with it. He's a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit, but I'm sure he's an awesome fodder and like at the end it's just a hockey game. I know my role. I'm a piece of crap, and after that, we need to move on and have a beer and have some fun, right? It's like
Hey,
that. That's the game.
yeah, I got a message here from your team, the Glengarry Pipers. They said,
Yeah.
"Hey, Cat, make us proud."
Oh,
So
I hope
my
so
first,
because
yeah.
that's gonna test my English. My English is so bad. Like it's
Hey, that's
awful.
okay. That's okay. So my first question to you
Yeah.
is: so who is Miguel Poissant?
Oh my God, Miguel Poisson was a young hockey player that was good at a certain point when he was young, but too small to go anywhere, and start boxing. And boxing probably saved my life in a certain point because I was very like aggressive young kid. I was very aggressive, I think, and I went into boxing because at one point I was shocked because I played in like the La Tendresse area when every player was big, six and plus. I was 5'10", always the underdog, underestimated. So at one point your heart getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like you built a certain character out of that made me the man that I am right now. But you to be honest, I stopped playing hockey because of boxing. But I started boxing
Yeah,
because of hockey. That's kind of a weird scenario because I started boxing because I wanted to fight in hockey and prove that I was kind of a strong motherfucker, if I can say it like that. And I become
yep.
good in boxing and quit hockey because of that. And age of 25, I think, or 26, one of my best friend told me, "Hey, like we were missing somebody tonight. Come play with us." In was Waterloo. I went play a game with them, and the coach after the game say, "Hey, you're going nowhere. You're back the next game." And like the love for hockey came back. So not the talent, just the love of for the game. I was in love.
And,
Like I made peace with hockey and started over again. That was
in
that's
a way, it was kind of the same thing for me too. Like at one point in my life, I loved hockey, and then Montreal trades Patrick Waugh to Colorado,
yeah.
and then I then eventually played football for 3 years, and then after high school, I just kind of fell back in love with hockey again, and so I mean, not at all the same story, but like I get the
No, no,
whole like
but
falling out of love with something and falling back in love with it.
exactly.
Um, and uh, and those underdog stories are always it's always great to hear because you always hear the story of the player who's undersized a player that is always overlooked, right? It kind of reminds me of a Martin St. Louis kind of
Yeah,
situation, you know, and it's one of those things that you really appreciate, you know, you appreciate those kind of stories because it just shows like the hard work and dedication that you put into it.
exactly.
Now the root of hockey, the root of hockey. So you started at a very young age.
Yeah.
So what age did you start playing hockey, and what level did you start off at?
I played in AAA when I was younger. Uh, but I started like I was 3, I think, or 2. My father put me some four blade skates when I think I skate before I walk. Like my father was basically like overwhelmed with hockey, and I think my first word was Patrick Roy. Like I was like so much into hockey in a young age, but my father was good because he never pushed me too much in hockey. It was always my decision to like push myself into hockey. I love the sport. I probably fucked my school career because I was loving hockey too much. I was just focusing on hockey, not school. So at one point, my school career went upside down. Bring it back on, but hockey was a big, big, big part of my life. To be honest, I love it so much. I
Now,
still love the game.
now, um, I gotta ask you this question. I'm gonna also
Yeah,
give you my take as well as how I think of you in the league as well. So you did mention this earlier. So for the people watching at home, who's
yeah.
your favorite NHL team and who's your favorite player?
Okay. I come from Montreal, so obviously all people gonna think I'm in love with Montreal Canadian, but my favorite team is Rangers. They got eliminated yesterday. That sucks, but I love them. I love the jersey. I love the colorway. I love everything about them. I know some players there. I met some players that played in New York. So I love New York. I'm a big New York guy. But my favorite player obviously is not Sean Avery. It's Chris Neal. Chris Neal what and it's awkward. Like I love bunch of good players, but my see-through guy, the guy that I focus on it when I want to play hockey is Chris Neal because he's one of the to me one of the best enforcer without getting suspended. Like he's a guy that you don't want to play against, but you want to be on the same team. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he never got suspended, but he's a piece of shit. You know, nobody love him, but at the
this
same time, he's a leader, and all the people like Brad Marchand. That's the same thing. Like he's a leader in his own way. Like so that was the guy that I was looking forward when I was young, and Jordan Tutu as well, because man, he was a rec train. But like talented wise, I think when I was young, Joe Sakic was one of the guy that I loved a lot.
Oh man, his release, like anytime you like I was talking with Andrew Reinold from Tweed just
Yeah.
last week actually, where we saw that Steve Eiserman goal where he scores from like right behind the blue line to win the series against St. Louis. And then we talked about Joe Sakic, about like his goals, how he would just have this release from the top of
Oh man.
the circle and just against Detroit actually in the playoffs. And it was just a phenomenal release that he had. And it was honestly Joe Sakic, I think, was just one of the greatest. Actually, there's that documentary as well on
Yeah,
Amazon
I
Prime. If you
watched it.
watch it, but Saving
Yeah,
Sakic,
yeah,
really interesting, really interesting.
yeah. I wish I have a third of his released. Fuck.
Oh man, he like he really does like he was just so exciting to watch, especially in that 96 cup run. He was just that Conn Smythe, it was definitely worth it. Now, a player that I see when I watch you play, you remind
Yeah.
me a little bit of Maxim Talbot
Fuck.
from when he played for Pittsburgh, Philly, Boston. Again, that guy who just plays with so much heart
Yeah.
and isn't afraid to drop the mitts. You remind me a lot of him. I mean, I don't know what you think of that, but that's how I kind of when I see you, I think of you as Max Talbot, kind of like
Fuck.
that kind of
Yeah,
gritty
yeah.
player.
That's very touching. Like he's a very very good player that I'm looking up to. It's a French guy that comes from here as well. I'm not afraid of nobody in the league. I know that probably a lot of guys gonna wreck me in the league as well. Like when you do that job, when you're willing to fight, you need to be aware that one day you're gonna get fucked up, right? So you can't go there, drop mitts, and think you're the best, like tough guy in the league. You're gonna get wrecked at once, and it's normal. It's part of the game. My nose is crooked for a reason. Like I lost some fight, I win some fight. That's part of the game. You just need to love that game, right? But I think Max Talbot, that's a good. That's very touching, man. And he put more points than me on the board. But for the heart, I think honestly, that's my biggest asset. Is that's why I'm still in the league because of my heart. Because without that, I think I'm out in retirement in Santa Banana or playing golf. Because I mean, I look the league taking step up, and like I see myself taking step down because I'm getting older, obviously, and
Yeah,
yeah, in
we
life
all
you have
are. See,
some.
I got all the grays, you know.
Yeah, exactly. In life, some like shit happen. Like you getting older, and it's part of life. At one point, you have young people that pushing you. But so far, I think that the reason why I still in the league, it's the way I'm acting, my heart in the locker room. I'm always willing to defend my teammates. Uh, Confidence, like the confidence that my organization gave me, it's overwhelmed. Like I have my coach Max Sove, it's I have so much confidence in me, and my boss Gerald. Like it's at one point it's a teamwork. If I'm not, I wouldn't be there without those guys. Like because when you're during the camp and you have Miguel skating backward and taking half a minute more than others to do the same fucking exercise, you need to take some players, right? And I'm still there because of that.
Yeah.
I think they got confidence. I have a heart of a lion. I'm ready to go to war for everybody in the locker room.
So we have Maxim Sauves who said here, I thought I was your favorite player.
Yeah, beer league player, eh?
Now, for you, how did it start for you in the EOSHL? For
Oh,
those who don't know.
yeah, that's an awkward story as well. All my answers gonna be awkward tonight, I think. But I was playing senior in Quebec, and I built a team with a guy. Was Waterloo Maroons, and I built a team with Daniel. His name was Daniel, and I was so unhappy the way he was like acting with the team. So I was like, at one point, I don't gonna do some sneaky shit. I just gonna go out and turn the page, right? So I got in touch with Jamie Levine. So heads up to Jamie, he's a great guy. We got a good discussion, and he decided to draft me second in the expansion draft before COVID. And after that, I took the decision to go play in Ontario and just live a new experience. My first, I wanted to live a new experience. I was there in my life. I think meet some new people, have some new friends. That was part of my decision. Why not practice my English as well? But at that time, I didn't know that I would be part of the leadership staff. So I was like, I need to practice my English, but not that much. After that, when the sea
Now,
arrived, I was like, okay, I'm in deep shit. I don't speak a word in English. I need to practice now.
I'll say pas grave.
No, no. La vie, ça fait mal des fois.
Des fois, oui.
C'est difficile.
So, so, so the EOSHL has a draft,
Yeah,
and of course, you get drafted with the first ever draft pick by the
yeah,
Glengarry Pipers. Talk to
yeah.
us about like how that
Oh,
went about.
I was running when that happened, and my girlfriend at the time like just was texting me. My phone was buzzing because of Facebook alerts. And when I arrived home, she's like, "You've been drafted like second, first overall pick for like it was it was outstanding." But I knew it at a certain point, not that early in the draft. But I think Jamie, with the discussion that we had a lot of confidence in me, and like I think I have a lot of friends that play hockey as well, so that helped me a lot to be drafted higher because I have a lot of good hockey player that I brought with me at that point. Because we didn't had a bad first season, and to be honest, we made the playoffs the first year. So for an expansion team, that was not bad. But yeah, that was
And
that. That
the other
was
thing
the
too is,
awkward.
and for you, so you were the C in Glengarry. So like, what does that mean to you to be that guy wearing this, being the captain of the Glengarry Pipers? What does that mean to you as like in your hockey career?
That means a lot because my hockey career is coming to an end soon. Like I don't have 10 year left. To be honest, that year I think I was pulling the plug. I was like, okay, that's over. I have a lot of things going on in my life. I didn't have a good season because like a lot of things went wrong the past year. So was like, okay, maybe it's a sign I need to pull off. But to be the captain of a team, that's an honor first. That's uh that's like a confidence sign from the organization. And right now, I know that like the team is going to big changes. Um, Last year we got a couple role play that got filled with good person that I have a lot of trust in Gerald or Maxim Sauve. Like it's not every senior player that can tell that his coach played in the NHL, right? He's an awesome coach.
Yep.
He know the game, and if you want to play, I think he's one of the best player in the league. He's a great player. So being coached by this guy and be like have that kind of confidence that he put in me, pump me up. Like I love that role, and I want that team to succeed from day one. That like I know that after that team, my career is over. So I want at least to succeed with that team to get to the highest level with that team. If I can do it, I have full faith on that team, full faith on the staff there right now. If I didn't, I think I wouldn't be back next year. So um
Now, being that face of the franchise, like being that guy that when you think of the Glengarry Pipers,
yeah.
I think of you. Like I think of you, and like I think a lot of the fans would probably agree with that. Now, what are some challenges you face as being a leader on the team? Like, what are some like regular, I guess challenges that you face? Like, is there a time you have to like, you have to stand up in the room and you have to talk to the guys, calm guys down, pump guys up? Like, what are some challenges that you face?
Yeah, I have fucking bunch of one. First thing first, English. English is one of my biggest challenge because I'm a French guy, so my English is not that
Oh,
good. So to get along with English people, to like, because we were at beginning the first time of the Pipers, we had a lot of French people. Now it's more 50-50, 70-30, but like to fit that and like having a synergy in the club was one of my biggest challenge. The first year, man, let me tell you something. My first game, my speech in my head was all clear, done, set. I lift myself up in the locker room. My fucking head was blind. I was like blah 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 blah. Uh, uh, that was a wrecked speech. That was also awful. Not awesome, awful. But yeah, the biggest challenge is like to have a good room. A good room is tough to have, and I think our biggest strong side, I think, with the Pipers is the locker room. Like we all get along. Like I I don't hate nobody. I think nobody hates nobody right now. We got tough changes that have been made this year. Like they exchanged one of my best friend Patrick Provencher. So that was tough for me. That was tough for him. I guess he went to Mustang. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. But that's like to have a good room. That's my biggest challenge. I put a lot of pressure on myself to have the best room possible because at the end if you have bunch of you have the best talent in the world, you don't have a synergy and you don't have a good room, I guess like it's worth nothing, right?
you,
You need to have
exactly.
a good room first, and after that you're going to win some championship with your talent. I think
And,
it's
and
not the
and you said it
opposite.
best, right?
Yeah,
You said it best. Like nobody hates anybody. Like I know, like that's a big saying that we said in Frontenac this past season was everybody love everybody, and
exactly.
I think it's a true testament to every single team that if you're not all on the same page, you're not gonna grow, right?
Exactly.
Now another thing I noticed as well, there's a heavy presence of Glengarry Pipers fans on the league social media page. So a week, just over a week ago, I posted a post asking fans to share their memories with players or videos and so on. And there
Yeah.
was a lot of Glengarry Pipers content on there. A lot with you in there actually, you with fans, young fans. So what are those fans like? Because like I know I've only been to Glengarry for one game. And I remember it was pretty electric. You guys had the smoke show. And I remember you guys were playing. I think it was South Stormont at the time.
Yeah.
So how are the fans? I remember at the time, I think it was during a storm too, so the attendance wasn't as high as it normally would be.
To be honest, I think they like my smile because I'm not on the ice. I'm not on the ice a lot of time, but fuck, they like my smile when I'm on the penalty box or when I go out of the box. I don't know, but to be realistic, I think that's a hockey town. I think we need to do more job as like promoting the team. I think the COVID hit us hard because we didn't start at, like we start in Van Cleek Hill. That wasn't our town, so nobody knew that we were existing. Like was it Glengarry Pipers of Van Cleek Hill? After that, Glengarry Pipers of Alexandria. That was a bit hectic. I think we need good promotion. We need to do a lot more in the community, but people that are there, they are awesome. Like this year we got a lot of girls team, like U13 teams. Like we have good fans, we just need to promote it much more, and I think it's a good hockey city, I guess. And now I think
And
Cornwall's not there, so we need, if we
you
can
might
get
start
some.
seeing some of those
Yeah,
fans come by.
exactly, if we can get some fans from there because they got some, if we can get some with that, I think it's gonna be a fucking nice season in the stands. Like I love that city, to be honest. I feel home every time that I'm there. We always go to the bar after. I feel home. I love the people there. I don't know, I have something with that city, a little attachment.
And and the thing too is that arena just recently got a facelift, right? Like it just
Yeah,
got renovated a couple of years ago,
yeah.
and I remember going there. I'm like, this, like on the outside, it looks like this old building, but when you go in, it's like, oh wow, this is really nice. Like the seats are all brand new, like the Zamboni's brand new. It's a beautiful ring.
Yeah, it's perfect for senior hockey. It's a
Oh, yeah,
perfect arena
exactly.
for senior hockey. We just need to put people there and bring a good product as well. And but the arena is the CD, the arena is a perfect product for senior hockey. I'm sure for that.
Now, I'm going to ask you a little bit about penalty minutes a little bit here.
Yeah,
So this past season, we saw a massive dip in your visits to
yeah,
the sin bin this past season. So you
yeah,
went from, I think it was 88 minutes from last year, I believe it was, to like 40 minutes this year.
yeah.
So what changed for you from prior seasons? Is the way of the league, the way that it's being played, is it different, or is it just maybe we're just seeing maybe a little bit of a different Miguel Poissant on the ice, and maybe
No,
guys are like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything silly when he's out there.
they don't want to fight me. What can I say? Hey, the invitation is on. Bring it, bring on, boys. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's swing. No, but
Now
to
I know
be
you mentioned a
honest,
little. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, to be honest, man, that was a rocky season. To be honest, my head wasn't there. I didn't train last summer. My father was very, very sick. Like that's emotive, but went into coma 3 times. That was a fucking hard end of the dead season. The dead season was fucking shit. Start the season, new girlfriend. Uh, I met in July. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna impress it. I'm gonna impress her. Playing against Cornwall, she's not the hockey girl type, so I was like, okay, I need to lay great body check. Fuck, dump the puck, chase the puck, head first in the board. I broke my I don't know how to say that in English. The bone there,
Collarbone.
collarbone. Like
Oh,
went to the hospital. Thank God, hospital in Ontario go way faster than Quebec. Get
oh,
some
I know that.
meds. Uh, I was so injured, wasn't able to lift my shoulder. So I played injured all the season. To be honest, that was pain in the ass. Still on this day, I have some pain when I lift my elbow. I shouldn't play, but man, I'm built like that. I play injured. I'm like that. I always been like that. I just play injured. I'm stupid, I guess, but I love the game. So,
This
but
sounds like
yeah,
Brendan Gallagher a little bit.
yeah, and it was tough. Like this season was tougher to fight. Like honestly, I tried so much on a lot of guys. Sullivan didn't play this year. I was waiting for him. No, I'm joking, but he's a great guy, I'm sure. Winstick was not there too, so the league changed a lot. Uh, Man, what can I say? It's gonna be better next year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Now,
for
you
sure.
mentioned about
I
boxing.
gotta
You
train
mentioned
much more this year. Look that. I gotta lose some belly.
actually Actually, this is what comes to my next question here. Is you talked a little bit about boxing. So you do have a little bit of a boxing career.
Yeah.
Do you still fight? And how is the training in comparison to hockey? Is it more intense? Is it more cardio heavy? Is it like how is it compared to training for hockey?
Oh, that's not even comparable. Like to be honest, I box pro, so I went to the highest level on in boxing. My first fight I was on RDS. It's TSN, I think in English. So
Yeah.
I reached the highest level in boxing, and to be honest, is not even comparable. Like I was waking up working on construction back then, at 4:30 in the morning, running 12 kilometers, getting ready to work, and after that I was boxing 6 to 9. Like the cardio was, I was a machine back then. I was weighing like 164. I was a fucking war machine, but it's not comparable. Like you can't cheat in boxing. You can't cheat in hockey. Because if you got a bad day in boxing, it's on you. You're gonna
Oh
get
yeah,
wrecked.
exactly.
You're gonna get
You take
wrecked.
full responsibility for it, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Exactly. In hockey, you have a team that can back you when you have a bad one in the system. You have like 20 some guys that gonna lift you up and make you look good, right? In boxing, that's just if you have a bad day, you have a bad day. Gonna get fucked. So and like I always train as a boxer to train in hockey because like even Guy Lafleur was doing boxing for his hockey season because like when you play you feel like you have endless cardio. It's like that. Like on the long run it's a lot of hockey is a lot of explosion, same as in boxing.
Yeah,
When you attack the guy, that's a lot of explosion, right? Same thing as a shift in hockey. 30 seconds, you're out. 30 seconds, you're out. So in boxing, it's like you attack, you attack, you attack, you lay out, you take your distance. You attack, you take your distance. It's it's the best training that I got for hockey is boxing. But I made a career out of boxing, not in hockey. So I have better hands in boxing than hockey because in hockey I don't have some.
so as a hockey
Cement
as a
hand.
hockey player,
Yeah.
as a hockey player, what is a highlight for you? Like a highlight in your career?
Uh, Biggest highlight. My 2 years ago, my grandfather passed away, and my grandmother was in the stands, and I promised my grandfather that day that I was about to score a goal for him. And first day of the season, my grandmother is in the stand, fucking score a goal. And let me tell you something. That's pretty rare. That score goals. So man, Star Wars aligned that day. Uh, promise. I promised him that I would do something. I did it. So I was so proud of it. That was probably one of my biggest hockey highlights. And it's stupid. It's like it's not that great. It's not like a Memorial Cup or something. But for me, in my heart, was my grandfather goal for sure. for sure. That
That's
was totally
amazing.
correct.
And
Yeah,
and again, when you hear about, like, again, like those underdog stories, and like, it's, again, it reminds me of Martin St. Louis, because same thing happened to him,
yeah,
and he scored against Montreal, and
yeah.
it was after, I think, his
Mother's
mom.
Day. Oh man, that was
That's right, on
awesome.
Mother's Day. Like, you
Yeah,
can't script that stuff.
yeah. I cried.
Um,
I cried.
oh, and
Fuck, it was
did
up.
you get the puck? Did you get the puck after?
No, I wasn't there, but I cried when I saw that on television.
Oh,
Oh, on my game, yeah, I got
oh,
the puck for
did you
sure.
get your puck?
Yeah, I still have it
Good,
in my
good. That's
boxing gym
awesome.
right next to the. Yeah,
So, what is one thing you would take away from this past season that you can say, "Hey, I'm really proud of that"?
uh, change yet? That's a tough question to ask because I loved everybody that was there in the past, but I think the new staff there in general, I think it's more like the coach is the coach, the GM is the GM, and the owner is the owner. They all do the same their jobs, and I think
Yep.
Gerald do a great job as being a manager. He do some exchange. He worked a lot on it, and I think the coaching. I love the way Max is coaching right now. He giving me less minutes, so I'm mad about that. No, I'm not mad. But like he know the game. He know the game. Like he know the game. His head is fully hockey. How can you don't give your confidence to a guy that was that good in what he's doing? Like so yeah, that's the biggest plus that we have on that team. It's the coaching staff, I think, and the general manager as well.
Other thing too is a comment here from your franchise here, saying that you're involved in the community as well, over in Glengarry as well, up in
I try
Alexandria.
to. I try to. I try to. I
And
love the
the
community.
now, for the upcoming season, what is the big goal for the franchise heading into 2025? Now, I know this past season the Pipers finished with a record of 3-13-0-4,
Yeah.
seventh in the East. You guys, I think, just missed the playoffs. What? So I know the big thing, like those, like there was four overtime losses. What are some of, like, the big goals that you guys are going to look for, taking strides for next year?
I think with that record, it hurt my heart, but I think we deserve much better. But to be honest, we need to learn how to win games. Like I don't put my hand in the sand, my head in the sand. We need to win fucking games. So we need to play with that pressure, with that lead. We need to learn how to win. And I think last year we took a little sip of it, let it slip when it wasn't necessarily the good time. But I think we have all the ingredient to come to a good product this year. But definitely we need to learn how to win hockey games because players are there, players are good. We just need to play with that pressure. Play with that pressure and
Now,
don't let it slip when it's time to be defensive. I don't know, like play defensive when it's time to play defensive, score goal when time to score goals.
and attack when it's time to attack. Exactly.
Exactly.
I I feel like I've heard this story before with
Yeah,
these guys last season. So just
exactly.
very similar circumstances. Now, what are now? This is my last question here. What are some changes you're hoping to see in the league for 2025? So, like, we have our new ownership group.
Yeah.
We have our new board of directors. What are some things you're hoping to see in terms of new in the league that maybe we don't have right now?
I'm not in big secret. I'm not like in the league's meeting as well. We need more parity for sure because we have teams that have a lot of money or have a lot of don't know how what they have, but have a lot of depth that most of the team don't have. I love the Rocket. I'm tired to see them win season after season without competing. You know, we need some competition. We need a much more parity in the league. So I heard that the system was implemented or something. whatsoever. So I need more parity is the biggest thing that I'm waiting from the league, and more. I think like more coverage, but the coverage look good so far. My honestly, my team needs to do much more on the internet as well, but a lot of team needs to step it up on that side as well because we need coverage. We need to be seen. We need post if we want the league to go grow up and the team to grow up as well. Like it's good for the hockey team. It's good for the league as well. So more post, more coverage. But I think the lead is in good hand
And
right
you'll bring
now.
the fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in good hand right now and going in the right direction. To be honest, I see some very positive stuff, and I don't want to see it stopped. Even if my career is gonna stop at one point, I just want the league to go up and up. To be honest,
Now, now, I said that was my last question. Now, I just
go
have one
ahead.
right
I
now.
have all my
Uh,
nights.
after your career's done, what are we going to see from Miguel Poissant? Are we still going to see him in the league in maybe like a GM role or a coaching role,
Oh
or
no,
what?
I gotta
Have you thought
retire
about that?
myself in Florida for sure. Playing golf with Donald Trump. No, I'm joking. But
hey, hockey's in Florida a lot of these years, at this time of
yeah,
year.
yeah, I
So
know. I know all Stanley Cups are there, or most of them. But no, I don't know if I'm gonna stay in hockey because I worked a lot. I sell cars, so I do 12 hours a day. I work on Saturday as well. So I hope I stay in hockey. I hope I gonna be a GM, but I don't know if I gonna love it. You know, because
you gotta love what you're doing, right?
yeah, I love the game, but the thing that I love the most, beside putting my skates and play hockey, it's my room, it's my guys, it's going to the bar after. Think go like we did golf last weekend. We went to restaurant as well
That's
with a couple
right.
guys. That's the thing that I love about hockey is the bonding that you have with guys that you don't think you're gonna have that bonding in outside hockey. That's gonna miss me so much. So being a GM, I'm not sure I'm gonna love it. I'm not sure. I love to being hit. I love to being smacked. I love to be bruised on Sunday. I
Yeah.
love that part. That's the part that I'm enjoying. Like I wouldn't do that if I at my age being bumped up and bruised up. I would quit, but I love that. So maybe I gonna coach. I don't know. Maybe I gonna go coach with Max or something like that, but I'm not sure about it. It's probably gonna be the hand, and I gotta play golf every fucking weekend. I
I'll
hope
tell
not,
you,
but
like
maybe.
I'll tell you, like just I can tell you, like I definitely agree with your statement there about being around the guys and having that special bond with your teammates. Like for myself, like I completely get that. Like up in Frontenac this year, even being around the entire league, I felt like the league was one big entire family. And just being around everybody was just
Exactly.
so special. It's just something about this league and the culture that we've created. It's really special. It really is.
Yeah, I
So
love it. I love it.
basically,
I love to be.
now,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, sorry, go ahead, finish what
I
you were going to
just
say
love to
there.
be
Sorry.
shocked. I just love to be in Ontario. I just love to be at a place that I don't know, like go to play in not Smith Fall was. I never went to Smith Fall. Like I'm discovering Ontario. Go play in Gananoque. Go play in Deseronto. Go play in Fall. I didn't know those plays before. Like for me, it's just fun to discover new place, new hockey town, new challenges, new. It's all new. Even if I'm there since 2019, it's all new. I love it. Like
Now, what? So I know, like you say, you played a lot of hockey in Quebec
yeah,
growing up, and so on, and so
I still
this
play.
might be my last question.
I still play
So
hockey in Quebec.
what's the big difference between playing hockey in Ontario opposed to Quebec? Now I know in Quebec it's hockey in Quebec, it's so passionate, right? Like
Uh,
I know that, right? Like, it's just there's
yeah.
something different about hockey in Quebec.
Or
What are the
stupid.
two differences?
Uh, or stupid. One on the okay. Biggest difference. Uh, I play my right now in Quebec. My right with Nicolette senior AAA team. Okay, let's say that. So the past season, when I don't play in Ontario, I go play for a senior AAA in Nicolette. Right. So the big difference is yes, you're gonna have fights in Ontario, good fights, or stage fight. I fought like a guy cold beaten. It was a stage fight. They told me before the warm up that the guy wanted to jump me. So what can you do? I gonna fight for sure. Like I fought a guy. I fought Winsick during a warm up or scramble, whatever. What I don't remember. 3 years ago. But in Quebec, in senior AAA, you're playing 7 hours away on a Saturday. Okay, it's you have 3 minutes in the period. You lose by four, and the coach tell you, okay, let's do a general fight,
Oh,
and we all
jeez.
work. We all work on Monday, so everybody's are fucking fighting and you're like, what's the point? You're losing the game anyways. It's just it's
Yeah.
different. I love violence. I love to fight, but I always gonna love to fight under my circumstances, not because I need to
Like
do a
under your
show.
watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not because I
Yeah.
need to do a show tonight or because I want like I fight because I love that. I don't fight for money. I never fought for money in my life. And in those league, they gave you money when you fight. I want to fight. I love to fight, but under my circumstances, like when I want to fight, I gotta fight. Trust me, I will go, but not for money. I don't need money, so I need adrenaline when it's time to, but not stage adrenaline. I hate stage fight. I hate that so much.
Yeah.
That's
And you can
killing
also end up
hockey.
really hurting yourself too, right? Like
Exactly.
especially when it's like, so that's all my questions for this evening, Miguel. I want to say thank you again for coming on. Much appreciated. As I'm sure all the fans around the league and in Glengarry, seeing a lot of positive comments in here.
I hope so.
Again, fans, yeah, fans, if you haven't
I,
already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because to get more content such as this. And we'll be back with another interview very soon. Miguel, thank you so much for coming on today.
it was a pleasure anytime, Justin.
Merci.
Pleasure.